January 5th, 2016, and it's my Happy New Year, and it's my first show of the year, and it's what I am calling my Enlightenment show. I'm very excited about this show, and enlightenment, we talk about it, we want it to happen. Well, let's make effort and do it this year. And I really think, I don't know about you guys, but I think I've been waiting eons for this year for people to come together and finally decide we are so over all this crap happening on the planet. It's time to really make a shift. And the only way we're going to make that shift is by quantum leaping the world and all enlightenment and all humanity, all life forms, into the divine golden age. And quantum leap us there. So we're over all this stuff. So for this show, what I'm going to do the curse removal, energy balancing to help clear you out for the new year so you can start fresh and hopefully your paths will be open and you can move forward with your divine missions and divine purposes. And then we're going to do some energy work and do a power prayer, actually activate the quantum leap. And then we're going to do one more power prayer after that, and we're going to go and create and help us remember what it will be like when we go into the golden age and really go beyond that. Now, we've got 25,000 years of peace. That's the Hopi prophecy. And, what's our choice? Armageddon or peace? Armageddon or 25,000 years of peace? Where are you going to put your energy toward? Well, I am putting it toward the light and the peace. But it takes effort. And then as soon as we're done with the energy work, we're going to talk about a strategy on how we can actually quantum leap the world into divine enlightenment. And I call it the Enlightenment movement. So actually this show is a call to every human spirit for worldwide dedicated enlightenment effort. Now, you might have noticed that the whole world seems to be on a crash course with total chaos and destruction. Cancel clear. You might have noticed the disasters, the catastrophes, and random shootings follow one upon the other like an ocean of unending tidal waves. So many catastrophes that our minds cannot process the scope of the horror, we become numbed. You might have noticed that our air, water, land, and resources are so badly polluted that they can cause disease in our bodies. But the government says that they're safe for us. You might have seen the scientific reports that connect GMOs, genetically modified food, to cancer, and seen many overseas governments ban them in their countries before they do harm. Our government penalizes farmers who refuses GMOs and consistently rejects laws that require food companies to list the GMOs in their products. You might have noticed that our children are dumbed down by our education system, our country wages, undeclared war, which is consistent. Our legal rights have been swept aside so that corporations may do as they will with no one to stop them. Workers' rights, workplace protections are irrelevant as our government has ceased to work for the good of those people, of our people, of the masses. You might have noticed that the middle class has disappeared within 50 years. And that all of these dreadful changes have happened very fast before we have time to react. You might have noticed that all of this activity seems to be planned and accomplished by a group of people with enormous power and endless resources. They are creating the chaos so they can step in and take control of the world. You lose hope and believe that there is nothing anyone or group of us can do to stop the onslaught of such concentrated malevolent power. You believe you're powerless. You couldn't be more wrong. You are powerful. You can change the world, and you can stop the New World Order. You simply have to remember that you are a human spirit connected to every other spirit in the world, directly connected to the divine spirit, the creator, the source. For thousands of years, the elite have done everything they can to distract you from your own truth, that you are a spirit. Our spirits can unite to communicate with the divine. We do it through meditation and prayer all the time. The more people following a directed, guided meditation prayer, the more its message is amplified. Here, we're going to talk about intention, which is the spirit in which we meditate, pray, and how that separates us from people calling on satanic spirits to do their will. It's about creating an enlightenment movement that is more than just talk. It's about taking action. Now, I have to say in my lifetime that I've been allowed to actually, we all have, if you've paid attention, see what happened when groups of people come together worldwide, and the shifts. I mean, if you look where we are today, and if you look back 40 years, if you're old enough to, or 30 years, and how conscious were people back then, throwing garbage on the road and not caring, and they're not doing it now. Now that's a shift in everybody's consciousness. And it's also called the 100th monkey theory. And this is actually a true story. There's a group of scientists that went to some islands in the Pacific where monkeys lived and trained one monkey to clean its food before it ate. And then they just sat back and observed. And they would notice that the other monkeys started to imitate that one monkey that washed its food. And when the hypothetical 100th monkey started washing its food, all the monkeys all over the world had a consciousness shift, and they all started washing their food before they ate. That's the 100th monkey theory. That's when enough people think and put out enough energy, there's a shift in consciousness, a raise in consciousness. And that's what we're shooting for. Now, in 1987, I actually had to work with the homeless as part of a shamanic initiation, which I really didn't even know what I was going through. I just had to know, I had known that I had to learn what it was like to be homeless. Now, if you've not ever been there, put yourself on the streets without a car, and all you have is you and whatever you can carry, and then do it in downtown LA. That's where I had to go. And I'll tell you, what I saw was incredible, and how easy it is for you to literally lose your mind when you're homeless and living on the streets. Because all you're thinking about is survival. You're not thinking about connecting with the Creator and becoming a creative being. You're just thinking about survival, where to get your next meal, where you're going to sleep that night, who stole your clothes. I mean, predators abound down there. It's amazing. And at that time, nobody cared about the homeless. If you said homeless in LA, you can see people's eyes glaze over and they would not pay attention at all, out of sight, out of mind. And then somebody sent me into the homeless encampment, and I went there to work in downtown LA. And what the city of LA did is they did a sweep of all their homeless, and they put them by the railroad tracks, and they put them in tents, and it was called Tent City. And after a while, they were figuring out what to do with all these people. And they literally, started shipping them out to other states and, giving them jobs far away from California. But like I said, nobody cared about the homeless. It was very dog-eat-dog down there. And I'll tell you, one of the hardest challenges of my life was to live in and be with the homeless and not go down to that level and keep my connection to the Creator. So about that time, Jose Arguelles in 1987 was promoting the Mayan calendar, and it was a very big high energy point day, the harmonic convergence, that was called. And people all over the world knew about it, and they celebrated in their own way. Some partied, some meditated, some prayed, some did it individually, some did it in groups. It was very disjointed in a very coming together way. But it was very frustrating for me because Jose had everybody's attention all over the world. And he would just say, oh, this is just a stepping stone. This is just a beginning. Well, I just went, ah! And that was me screaming because I'm a quantum leap girl way back then. And have quantum leap stamped on your soul. Let me tell you, that's not very frustrating, to live with. So here he is talking about just a little stepping stone. And I'm going, dude, we could make it this big energy shift. But what happened was, before that day, nobody cared about the homeless. And the very next day, I witnessed people, the middle class coming in, opening up their hearts to the homeless and looking for people they could adopt and take home with them and help them start a new life. And I went, wow, if this is one of the only reasons that you sent me here, God, to be here in this homeless encampment, which is one of the hardest challenges of my life, it's a big deal. Thank you. And I also learned that I got very burned out working with the homeless. And if you ever worked with the homeless all the time, you would understand how easy it is to get burned out because they're constantly sucking your energy because they need it so badly. And I realized at that time that I could do more, I could help them more on an energy level than I could on a one-to-one. And that's where I've been putting my energy ever since, towards quantum leaping the world into enlightenment and doing light circles and trying to make it happen. So I have seen what can happen when a group of people comes together. So when you bring people together in a greater of like mind and, they're have, better goals and ways to do it, you're going to have a greater effect. And especially the more conscious people are that this is what can happen. Now, there was a group of siddhas, and they went, and I don't know what major, I think it was New York City, and they meditated for 24 hours, I think for a weekend, or it may have been a week. And the result was there was less crime in that area, and it was proven. The police said there was less crime. Now, how easy was that? They did something big, and now we get to learn from it, and we can apply that knowledge and do the same thing here with the Enlightenment movement. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about a strategy on how to quantum leap the world into divine enlightenment in a short while. But what I want to do for everybody is the curse removal, energy balancing that I do. And what this does, it removes energy you've taken on that's not yours. It clears your path, and it removes curses. And hopefully it'll help you move forward and get rid of all that old energy that no longer serves you. So for those of you that are going to participate, please put your feet flat on the floor and sit down, and put your, sit straight up with your spine straight up. And I want you to close your eyes and start taking some gentle, deep breaths, but not so you hyperventilate on me. And I want you to imagine yourself in this huge stadium, and it's filled with people of like mind, all enlightened beings here to do earth work and help the world quantum leap into enlightenment. And you're all filled with joy. And that joy is just filling your body. And in the middle of the stadium, we're going to put my big earth keeper, and we're going to ask the earth keeper to expand to 10 tons and amplify our work. So around each and every one of you, I'm going to surround you in a bubble of golden flame. I add to that the blue flame of protection, the violet flame of transmutation, the green flame of healing, and I seal you in the pink flame of love. And I call to your teachers, guides, masters, and we invite them in to do this, help with this energy work, to make it gentle, loving, and kind, and to later on amplify the work that we're going to do. So take one more deep breath, and again, exhale out everything that's left in your body that no longer serves you, and imagine that energy going through the violet flame back to God. And you're going to fill up with your divine essence. So I want you to imagine this incredible divine healing energy coming down from God, coming in to the top of your head. And feel it flow into your crown chakra, flow through your brain, activating your brain, every cell, atom, molecule, reconnecting every cell, atom, molecule in your brain to the Creator, becoming divinely inspired in everything you do. Now allow that energy to flow out through your third eye, your forehead. And now feel this energy flow down even farther, and now let it flow out your throat chakra. And now feel it flow down even farther, and feel it flow out of your heart chakra. And now allow that divine energy to flow down even farther, and feel it flow out of your solar plexus chakra, which is right below the heart chakra. And now feel that energy flow down even farther, and feel it flow into your belly button chakra. And now feel it flow through your sacral. And now feel that energy flow down even farther, and let it come out of your root chakra. And now feel that divine energy flow all the way down your legs. Let it flow out your feet and into the earth. And now imagine it flowing down your arms and out your hands, and let it flow down your spine. So I want you all to take one more deep breath, and this time as you exhale, imagine all that unwanted energy, anything left in your body that no longer serves you, being released as you exhale, and then breathe normal. And as you're doing that, I call to Michael the Archangel to come forth and cut all ties to any energy you've taken on that's not yours, whether it's from a friend, relative, acquaintance, stranger, anybody you work with, TV set, animal, whatever the karmic reason is that created anything out of balance in your life or your body today. And as all that unwanted energy is peeled off of you, gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to reptile, dinosaur energy, secret societies, organized religion, cut all ties to any oaths, vows, curses, hexes, rituals that could have been done to you or your family, going backwards and forwards, hundreds of thousands of generations, or anything you could have done, consciously or unconsciously. And as all that unwanted energy too is peeled off of you, gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to any effigies that have been misused against you. And that's any elemental of yours who was used to hurt you or anyone, including anything you own. Clothes, hair, picture, your name spoken, written, just thought of, or anything you have your energy on. And as ties to all those elementals are cut, I call the violet flame through them to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, fill them up with love, and I command them to be neutral or only emit love. And now I want Michael to come forth, remove any energy implants that have been done to you or anything that could have carried over from any other lifetime because of dark magic, voodoo, dark witchcraft, or even just dark thoughts. So I want the stick, pen, needle, or knife that's in your crown chakra removed from your third eye, your throat, heart, solar plexus, belly button, root, feet, hands, spine, your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, teeth, your hips, anywhere in your body that's out of balance. And as you feel all those pins, needles, and knives being very gently removed, imagine all those spaces immediately fill up with the violet flame to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth and cut all ties to any energy implants that could have been done to you, whether on an etheric level or a physical level. And as ties to those elementals are cut, I call the violet flame through them to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We fill them up with love. I command them to be neutral and to be gently released from your bodies later on. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to patriarchy, genocide, rape, incest, slavery, prostitution, persecution, circumcision, removing any energy overlay that's trying to manipulate you, keeping you from connecting with God, healing yourself, being really successful, fulfilling all your divine missions, and living your life in joy. And as all that unwanted energy is gently peeled off of you, that's keeping all these wonderful things from coming to you, we also send it through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So if there's anybody out there that is actually directing any kind of dark energy out at you, whether through ritual, dark magic, or dark thoughts, or dark group magic, we're going to ask them to step forward in the light, because if they're doing it to you, they're probably doing it to others. And if they choose not to, which is their free will, we ask their higher selves and guardian angels to put them in a position of harmlessness now. We surround them in a bubble of mirror. The mirror faces them. It's 2 inches from their nose. And as long as they do that dark work, that energy stays contained in that bubble of mirror. And I add the violet flame to the bubble of mirror to transmute that energy. So they have no forward movement, and the bubble of mirror stays up 24/7, 365 days a year until they do works of good. So I call to your higher self, and I ask your higher self now to activate your divine blueprint for perfect health, the one that you created before you incarnated into this lifetime, and that it's activated now and manifesting in your body. Now I want you to allow all this energy to integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with your cells, your atoms, your molecules, all your internal organs, going all the way down into your DNA. And with every breath you're taking, you're going to integrate tonight. So this energy work will be gentle, loving, and kind. So now we're going to do some energy work that, now that you're in this very high sacred space. So in your mind's eye, I want you now to imagine yourself linking up with everybody in the stadium. And as you're doing that, I want you to send your golden cord up from the top of your head and feel yourself reconnect with the Creator. And feel that golden divine energy come pouring down that golden cord, enter the top of your head, and just flow through your body, going anywhere in your body that's out of balance, sending extra healing energy there and energy to release anything that no longer serves you. You're filled with light. And now allow that energy to flow through your heart into the big crystal, into the center. And above that crystal, we're creating this bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put the prayer to activate quantum leaping the world into the golden age. All right, let there be light in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power, the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I call to Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, to go forth and remove all obstacles in our path to divine creation. I call to Lord Shiva and Michael the Archangel to go forth and destroy all evil in our path or in the path of our creation. We call to the divine creator to allow us to activate quantum leaping the world into the golden age. We call to the higher selves of all the light workers on the planet and ask for permission to allow and activate quantum leaping the world into the golden age. We ask that their integration be gentle, loving, kind, and joyful, going all the way down into everyone's DNA. We call to all life forms on Earth and the Mother Earth herself to awaken and allow the activation and forward movement of quantum leaping the world into the golden age. We call to the higher selves of all light workers, past, present, and future lives, to allow us to activate and put into forward motion quantum leaping the world into the golden age. I ask their higher selves to help them remember all the joyful lifetimes they lived in divine peace, being connected and in harmony with all life forms and the Creator, becoming fully awakened spiritual beings. We call to all rock, stones, angel-like crystals, and all the earth keeper crystals above and below the earth to now awaken, reconnect themselves back to the divine, and start to vibrate to the higher frequency of the divine, raising the energy and vibration of everything that is connected to the earth to the frequency of the divine creator. Let this shift and integration be gentle, loving, and kind for all forms of life, human and elemental. We call upon the creator of the universe and ask for the permission to raise and activate the frequencies of all zodiac planetary systems with the Earth's golden leap. Ask for their permission to raise and activate the frequencies of all life forms, seen and unseen, in those zodiac planetary systems in order for them to focus back into their higher selves and oversouls, terminate all galactic battles, and leave the galaxy in forever peace and bliss. Ask for the permission to raise and activate the frequencies of all stars and planets, seen and unseen, known and unknown, existing in the past, existing at the present, and to be existed in the future in our Milky Way and all other galaxies to evolve in a peace, harmony, and blissful way. Let all lives, seen and unseen, known and unknown, evolve with the Creator's blessing and without consumption of materials and feeling of lack, without fear, ignorance, nor curiosity. Let knowingness and mindfulness be with each and every consciousness, personality, fragments, higher selves, oversouls, avatars, masters, guides, and angels, all return to the light now. We give the angels permission to help all souls and life forms become more connected to the divine. See humans, elementals, and angels working together, taking care of the Mother Earth and all life forms. We call to the Creator, who have all the data, past, present, and future of our personal blueprint, for healing of all thoughts and memories that are blocking and holding us back at this time. We call upon the Creator and ask for the permission to release all personality fragments, which have become our fathers, mothers, sons, daughters, spouses, relatives, friends, colleagues, customers, politicians, governments, officials, and all ancestors, animals, insects, higher selves, oversouls, avatars, masters, guides, and angels, and all life forms and consciousness in earth, in other stars and planets, in other galaxies, seen and unseen, known and unknown, who may have offended other personality fragments and consciousnesses, their family, relatives, and ancestors, seen and unseen, known and unknown, in thoughts, words, deeds, and actions from the beginning of the creation to the present, and all future potentials. We ask the Creator for the unconditional full forgiveness and untangle all vibration and frequencies. Ask for the permission and activate the knowingness in all personality fragments and consciousnesses. Ask for the permission and activate the cleansing of all personality fragments and consciousnesses. Purify, release, dissolve, cut, and erase all the unpleasant and negative memories, blocks, energies, information, vibrations, and frequencies, and transmute these unwanted energies and information back to the pure light now. And it is done. See all beings reconnecting to the Creator and becoming awakened spiritual beings. With the blessing of the divine, we command this activation now. Nevertheless, not our will, but thy will be done. So take a deep breath and fill this bubble of light with all kinds of that divine energy and see it just becoming so bright. And now take another deep breath, and as you exhale, imagine this bubble of light going out to the universe and manifesting. Okay, so let's take another deep breath and feel that divine energy again flow into your body. And we're going to form another bubble of light in the center of this huge stadium that's over this huge crystal. And it's quantum leaping the world into the golden age, divine infinity and beyond. So now we've activated the divine idea, and it's time to move forward in quantum leaps. So let's do the quantum leap prayer. Let there be light in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I call to the architect of the universe's divine creators and ask for permission to quantum leap the world in all life forms, on all planes and dimensions, seen and unseen, connected with planet Earth, to let us go beyond our known potential into the greatest unknown golden age the universes and worlds and all planets have ever experienced. Let us take the best of all lifetime, all golden ages, all worlds, galaxies, and create such a divine and enlightened planet that is even beyond the Creator's imagination. Imagine the Creator's laughing with joyful glee on this action we have put into motion with every breath we now breathe, and is snowballing, quantum leaping forward every moment. Every time someone reads this prayer or listens to the prayer, see the energy amplifying 100 million fold, creating a higher resonance with the creators and the architects of the universe. See the blissful information and energy of heaven surrounding the earth like a golden, shimmering rainbow of colors. See this energy anchoring now to the planet, all life forms, elemental kingdom, angels from the lowest of consciousness life forms, any trapped and stuck entities, any aliens from other worlds, the reptilian king and queen, all their seed, including all hybrids, anyone practicing any kind of black magic, voodoo, and black witchcraft, all the way up to the most enlightened beings on the planet, none excluded, all included. As this energy settles in, seeing everyone's integration, gentle, loving, and kind, going into everyone's DNA, soul, memory, and dreams. As all life forms dream and create, let them dream of all the times they lived in the golden age, where there are plenty of everything. Everyone is using their spiritual psychic abilities for many different forms of divine creation. No one lacked for anything. Functional families where men and women live side by side in divine harmony, lots of laughter, with everyone practicing compassion, joy, kindness, and love in action. See these dreams being brought into physical form. Anyone who chooses not to go forward into the golden age and tries to stop this prayer from forward movement, I ask their higher self, spiritual teachers and guardian angels, to step in and put them in positions of harmlessness. We ask the creators to give them special grace and unlock the doors in their minds so they're keeping them from connecting to the higher frequency of light. Release all that which are holding them back. I ask all the creators to close down the reptilian part of the brain and open up the divine God brain, filling them with whatever high vibration is needed to shift them so everyone gets to go into the golden age, leaving no one behind. Send these beings and entities whatever vibration, sound, color, and memories of being connected to the Creator they need so they gently evolve into the light. The Creator, their higher selves, and angels know exactly what each one needs and are sending it to them as we speak. See us propelling ourselves far into the divine golden age, way beyond the Creator's wildest dreams of a golden age planet. Angels, humans, elementals, and extraterrestrials working together, all veils removed so everyone's psychic potential is being developed and put into practical practice. Families putting love into action and becoming divinely functional, having everything they need when they need it. The elderly are honored for their wisdom. People become awakened spiritual beings, practicing religious tolerance and the positive aspects of their religion. See us working at one with beings from other galaxies and planets. We're just delighted. We are quantum growing into enlightened beings and giving us all the new tools, ideas, and technologies on how we can make this a more joyful, functional, enlightened planet, taking us beyond our divine potential. The earth is being treated with much respect. The old ancient cultures responsible for taking care of the planet, sharing their secrets and beliefs as everyone listens with open minds and hungers for their knowledge, using that knowledge with wisdom. All sacred knowledge for all natural healing methods are put into practice, including all tools made out of stones, light, sound, energy, and vibration, enlightened beings growing herbal healing gardens. Everyone is being taught the sacred teachings, path of enlightenment and truth. All knowledge flows freely. Gifts in music, the arts, sports, and intuitive are encouraged and allowed to be developed. Enlightened politicians and elected officials that tell the truth, acting for the benefit of humanity with limited terms of service. The earth is a healed being at one with all life forms on her. Everyone so in tune to the Mother Earth that they can hear her sing, her sighs, where she needs extra light, becoming aware of every move and groove that she needs to do, allowing her to do so and move out of her way with grace and understanding, like people do for the fire goddess Pele in Hawaii, where she needs to flow. The interaction with the earth and all life forms is gentle, loving, kind, and conscious. Organic food abounds, chemical-free, pristine water, earth, and sky. The sun and wind are harnessed in true solar fashion. Tesla's ideas and inventions of free energy being created with all walks of life benefiting. People living in joy for hundreds of years if they choose. And when it's time to make transition, it is done with much joy and understanding of light evolution. Everyone, all life forms going beyond their highest divine potential. We ask the Creator to fill in whatever we have left out, to take manifesting, quantum leaping the world into the golden age, far beyond our dreams and imaginations, into the Creator's thoughts, wishes, and dreams. We ask that all who are manifesting the quantum leap be given all they need on all levels, complete protection, and be put under bubbles of invisibility so they are hidden from the dark side. As this divine idea flows outward, see all walks of life coming together in harmony and of one accord. Each person and group remembering their divine missions and what their parts are in quantum leaping the world into the golden age, putting it now into action. Let all the divine sleepers awaken to their divine missions and divine purposes now. As always, we put this in your hands, our architect of the universes and divine creators. Propel us into what your concept of the golden age is. Inspire us, guide us into doing not our will, but thy will be done. So be it. Fill this bubble up with light and love, and take a deep breath and release it so it starts manifesting and amplified by all the crystals on the planet. All right, let's do one more bubble of light. And again, allow that divine high Creator God energy to flow through your heart into the center, forming another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, I want you to place yourselves and allow yourself to regenerate and fill up with so much light that you now become magnets for what you need, whether it's money, other people to work with, groups to work with. And may all the doors be open for you. And again, that you have so much divine abundance flow into you, to you, that you have more than enough to fulfill your divine missions, your life purposes, to live comfortably, and to be able to share it with others. Now put the rest of your family in this bubble of light and let them recharge and regenerate. And we're going to call to their higher selves and ask their higher selves for permission. And we're going to ask their higher selves to help them reconnect to the Creator, to become awakened spiritual beings that are conscious spiritual beings, filled with compassion, love, and let them be given their divine missions and their divine purposes. And let that be joyful and all the means they need to fulfill them. And if you haven't, put the children in this bubble of light. It's a big bubble. It expands. And we're going to ask their higher selves to give them their divine missions, their divine purposes. And we're going to put all the parents in this bubble. And we're going to call to their higher selves to help them be conscious of what their children's gifts are and to be able to see it. And then help their children develop their gifts and become functional families. And let's put all your divine missions, your divine purposes in here, and all the light workers on the planet, and let them recharge, let them regenerate, let them all receive a healing and be divinely inspired with their missions on how to move forward and how to be successful. All right, let's fill this up with light and love. And let's take a deep breath now and release this to manifest. Now we're going to talk about now, and no, I'm not going to ground you. Well, maybe I should a little bit. Okay. For those of you that have the stone hematite, you might want to go grab it. And for those of you that don't, I want you to put your feet flat on the floor and imagine the earth energy coming up your feet, your ankles, your legs, and you're pulling back in body. You're not really spacey. You're able to focus and listen. And with every breath, feel your energies pull in. You're becoming more grounded and back in body. So let's talk about something I'm really excited about, and that's a strategy for the Enlightenment movement. Now, I've known in the past by working with energy that if you want something to move forward, you got to talk about it, like they do with advertising. You got to say it over and over and over and over again. And when enough people do it, like the 100 monkey theory, all of a sudden everybody's talking about it. And I found out how easy that is. I would go on Facebook before Facebook got really strict, and it was really easy to do this. And if I wanted something to move forward and out into the masses, I would post it 3 days in a row. It's the 3 times 3 theory. You post it 3 times, do it 3 times, you post it 3 days in a row. And I posted it on all my groups. And I noticed that all of a sudden people started writing to me and going, oh my God, they're talking about this in school. And one of the things I was talking about, and maybe you remember, maybe you don't, is Joseph Kony, who lives in the Congo, and he's very, very evil. He's one of the big pedophiles on the planet. And it's where the Illuminati, the satanic people, get a lot of their kids from. He rapes, pillages, and plunges that area of Africa, and nobody goes in and does anything. Why? Because he's satanic. And it was time for him to come out and to be known and not be hidden anymore. Well, it did happen, and it, unfortunately, as I got it out there and people started talking about it, they also went after a man who did a movie about Joseph Kony, which brought him to my attention, and they attacked him, and dark won, and pretty soon it just faded into the background. Well, I had to let it go. You got to pick your battles. But it showed me on what can happen when you put a little bit of effort into something and you say it over and over and over again. So start putting the words enlightenment, world enlightenment out. Talk about it. Mention it to your kids. Explain to them what it is. But what is the Enlightenment movement? Well, it's family, earth, and abundance. Family, caring about each other, cooperation, giving others an uplifting hand. And the earth. We want to live in a thriving, transformed, clean, pristine world. And abundance, when we're in the golden age. No one lacks for anything. And you're sharing with everyone. Live in Hawaii and you learn what you need and what you don't need. And what you don't need, you pass it on to somebody else. It's kind of cool. You get the best stuff at the dumps here. So the Enlightened movement, to me, is created for people to reconnect to our Creator and become an awakened spiritual being, and to help others do this. Now, once this is accomplished, all other projects will fall into place. When souls are reconnected to our Creator, they now know, and they choose to become part of enlightenment programs. That's how it starts snowballing. And now they're part of the solution, pushing the movement forward. And as the Enlightenment movement grows, it will, again, create a snowball effect that will quicken Earth enlightenment. The more people that awaken, they can help the movement by creating the tipping point we need to achieve our universal goal. And that's of a quantum leap far into the golden age. So what do you think enlightenment will look like? Well, we just did the enlightenment prayer. And you'll know when we're into enlightenment, when there are no more wars. Peace reigns. when the elite are sharing the wealth and are no longer raping, pillaging, plundering the earth and all life forms, when there is a new respect for earth, all life forms will result in putting attention and energy into cleaning up the earth. All those who are trying to create a new world order are replaced with people who have compassion, love, and wisdom. Now, we're getting ready to go on break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the strategy for this. We're going to talk about who's responsible for holding world enlightenment back. Who are the people, the corporations? What do they have in common? What can you do to help propel us into the age of enlightenment? There's so much you can do. We're going to go all over that. We're going to talk about some of the high points of, how can we actually disrupt darkness's ritual work before, during, after. So again, there we go. We'll take a short break and be right back with the Enlightenment movement. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap, Let Light Unite, on Revolution Radio at Freedom's Lips. And this is a listener-sponsored show. The whole station is. Nobody gets paid for doing this work. It's all volunteer. So we really appreciate all the donations that come in. And, just go to their website and check out the donation button. Can't get any easier. Remember, as you give, you also receive, and it helps us stay on air. And for me, you can get to my website, where I'll actually have this Enlightened Movement paper put on in the next couple of days. If you really want to look it over, and if there's anybody out there, I can use a volunteer to help me put up a website that will help. If people want information on what to do and how they can help, that they can go to. And if not, you can go to my Facebook page. I have all the power prayers up there, and you can also, tune into that as group work. And I also post them on Google Plus and LinkedIn. So, you can still do the group energy, or you can even come into the store. I have a store in Honoka'a, Hawaii. It's called Cathy's Angelite Crystals, Miracles and Joy. It's on the Big Island, and I do free pain and stress release. You can come lay on my Angelite table, and I have the largest crystal in Hawaii. It's a 1,000-pound celestial earth keeper that you can come hug. I do the curse removal for free for anybody in need who's open to receiving. And I also do soul retrieval. You can also go to my website where I have I have a couple books there, and one you can download for free, and it's a book on spiritual basics, and it's helped you remember why you're here, how to work with love, the energy of the violet flame, really simple stuff. And it's just, like I said, helping you remember what you've forgotten and move forward. And then I also have the curse removal there that you can download if you look under free healing. And if you go to YouTube, I also have the curse removal energy balancing there on YouTube that you can listen to, and also the soul retrievals. And I have a double soul retrieval, 2 hours back to back, never done before, to help you move forward. And this is all done out of service and for free. So take advantage of it, and bless you all. So when you're talking about enlightenment, or we are, you really need to know who are the people that are holding world enlightenment back. And to me, one of the groups are the Rothschilds. Now, if you don't know who they are, the Rothschilds family loves to live in secret, and they are the wealthiest family on the planet. They own 50%, that's half, guys, of the Earth's wealth. through their banking dynasty. Now, the Nastio family, they like to hide who they are. They're responsible for setting up all the major banks, and they love accumulating more wealth by any means. They're very ruthless and will do anything to achieve their goals. Lose your home, your retirement account, you can't make ends meet, dissatisfied with your low wages, your low working hours, and having a hard time getting a job? Have you been robbed by a bank or a credit card company? Well, thank the Rothschild cabal. They invented and thrive on usury. So one of the other groups that's responsible for holding world enlightenment back are the Pope, the Jesuits, the Catholic Church hierarchy. Now, I just want to say, let's be really clear that there are many good Catholics and other religious individuals who choose not to hurt nor harm. And, we welcome them with open arms. But we're talking about the hierarchy of the Catholic Church, the decision makers. And they're very satanic, they're into ritual, and believe they own the earth and everything on and in her. Council clear. And they'll do anything to gain power and have tried, including using satanic magic. Their motto is embrace, enfold, and exterminate. Council clear. Very patriarchal. Very patriarchal. But like I said, let's be clear, not all Catholics are satanic, and there are a lot of good, compassionate Catholics that do much works of good. I'm directing this at the hierarchy. And then the other group who's responsible for holding back enlightenment, you've got the royalty, the Queen of England. Now, she's of reptilian bloodline. And too much breeding produces insane sociopaths, wealthy and ruthless, very satanic. And by the way, she owns your body as stock. She also owns 1/6 of the world the Federal Reserve and Social Security. Now, who is also responsible for holding world enlightenment back? How about all the corrupt governments? They're all controlled by the Rothschilds. Many government hierarchies are of reptilian bloodlines. They're satanic. The decision makers no longer represent the people, the masses, and demonstrate daily with arming the police with military equipment, the passing of the Patriot Act, as well as many other laws that take away our individual rights and freedoms. There are many corrupt governments and a few that are moving forward in light, like Iceland, who represents the people and not big business. And then we have all secret societies. The Skull and Bones, the Masons, the Knights of Malta, the Templars, to name a few. Many are tied to Catholic, and the Jesuits, who think the satanic Catholic Church should rule. All satanic. While the upper members of these societies practice Satanism, many of the new initiates do not. And in some secret societies are kept out of the loop as to what is really happening with their group. And in some groups, you have to go really high up the initiation pole to understand the true meaning of their works and that they worship Satan. Then we've got the Umbrella Corporation that's owned by the Illuminati elite. Now, I'm sure you've heard about the Umbrella Corporation. It's all due to one of that zombie movie. Oh my goodness. They came up with a zombie movie, and in it, Oh, I can't come up with the name. Go figure, you're blocking it. I'm sure it will come to me. But in the movie, there was this corporation called the Umbrella Corporation, and they created this Resident Evil. See, I knew Spirit would give it to me. The movie was called Resident Evil, and they created this face products that created zombies and whatever. Whatever. Okay. So I went online and I actually looked them up, and they are a real corporation. And again, they're owned by the Illuminati elite. Now, this is directed at the top decision makers in this corporation and all corporations tied to it. The regular working stiffs don't have a clue as to the true direction of each company and how they intertwined they are. So the Umbrella Corporation also includes, are you ready? Google, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's, Nestle, Sony, Apple, Avon, BioGuard, Unilever, General Mills, and L'Oreal, to name a few. Now, the Umbrella Corporation also sells bioorganic weapons, pharmaceuticals, women's creams, computer and digital, land investment, and they actually own land in Tennessee, Kentucky, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and New York, to name a few, and most corporations. They make the additives that go in our food and beverages. They make the chemtrails that go into the chemicals that go into the chemtrails. They're responsible for the chemtrails. They're the main leader in cloning. They're into chemical and nuclear research. They're also part of the HAARP, MK Ultra, and Blue Beam project. Now, their logo is shaped like an umbrella that came from the Atlantean Empire given by Satan to the elite, and only the very elite may use it. And you'll even, if you really have the eye, you'll see it on one of the vestments on the Pope. And it's red and white, and it's an umbrella. And that means he's an elite Illuminati member. So the logo is 4 arrows joined at the center. The center represents the end of times of this world. Cancel clear. Each arrow represents an element all joined at the end of times. The first element is evil. The second element is power. The third element is pride. The fourth element is destruction. Cancel clear them all. Organizations using this logo, the Templar's Cross, the Pope, the flag of Switzerland, the flag of Denmark, and the umbrella corporations. Now, what do all these corporations have in common? What are their goals? Well, they want world domination. They want to have all the earth's wealth. They want to create a human slave class. And they are of reptilian or reptilian hybrid race, and they're not human. They all practice satanic worship. They practice the dark arts through dark ritual on certain days of the year. And we're going to go over those days. It's mind-blowing. They speak and double talk, saying the opposite of what they really mean. Example, all war is based on deception. They're very organized. They have an advanced knowledge of astrology that they use to their benefit. They know how to manipulate the masses. They control all media, almost all media, not free radio, and own all large corporations. They use Hollywood to push their agenda through the Hollywood Illuminati sellouts, the singers, the actors, the movie video industry, etc. They also need modern technology to control the masses. They're willing to rape, pillage, and plunder the earth with no thought of consequence. They're insane. They think they own the world and everything on it, in it, above it, now. So the question I throw out to you is, how can we overload them with their own rules? So now think about it. We need people. We need allies. We need people who are willing to actually talk about enlightenment and doing a little bit of networking. Networking at the ground or grassroots level is what we have. And it's worked before. It's worked many, many times in the past, people pulling together on the group grassroots level. We're talking about speaking to the masses, and the masses are the poor folk. And there's more of them than there are the elite, and that's what they're afraid of. So when you work on enlightenment, you focus on those that are already spiritually awakened, because then they can help others. They get it. You're not bonking your head against the wall trying to get somebody to understand that hasn't got a clue because they're not awakened yet. One of the things I like is to start, talking to the military wives and mothers and teach them how to work with the energy of love to help shift the family dynamics. And then if that doesn't work, to think about withholding sex till the wars are over and their husbands won't go to battle anymore. Women can strike. You talk to the grannies, the mothers who have done it in the past. Stop everything but basic needs. Again, withholding sex till wars are over. They say men may rule during the day, but the women rule the nights. But the grannies and the mothers and the grandpas, they're the grassroots. They've seen all this. They're ready for change. If you know of any Native Americans or Aborigines or South American Indians or Japanese or even tribes of Africa that have been hurt by Joseph Kony, many of these tribes are adepts at magic. Now, can you imagine what would happen if they started using that magic and they started directing that energy toward breaking down the harp and the CERN and whatever equipment is near them, trying to rape the planet, the bulldozers, the trucks. And all this can be done without people getting hurt or harmed. It's remembering the magic, remembering that we're spiritual beings stuck in a physical body, and we can do such amazing things with our minds. And you can be white, be stuck in a white body and have an indigenous soul. If you're compelled to start putting your energy toward breaking down the CERN and the harp, then do it. And if you want to know how, I've written power prayers on how to direct the energy to what needs to break down. Write me. If you're feeling compelled that this might be something that you can do, you can focus on, you want to focus on, write me at my website or at my Facebook page or Google. Gosh, I'm easy to get accessible. I have 3 pages on Facebook. My store page, Cathy's Angel Light Crystals, Miracle and Joy, Catherine Bilsky, and Cathy Bilsky. Write me. Ask for the power prayers that you would like to use so you can focus on to make that change. Go for it. Now, another group that's really we need to cultivate are college students. They're easy to talk to. They see what's going on, and they've got the energy to do the work, guys. And what you would do is teach them how to work with divine energy and how to direct it where that energy needs to go. And also, if you need to protest, they're really handy to come in on protests, like the ground crew, that can be rallied forth to show up for a demonstration anywhere local that you need. They can do it. They have the energy. They have the will. They have the drive. They want to see change. Now, if you know of any actors or actresses in the entertainment industry who are actually sympathetic to enlightenment and the earth, and you'll know them by their works and deeds, and usually their careers are crap, and they're being attacked, or they're not getting jobs. They're kind of pushed away on the sideline. And some of them are back, and they're getting steady work, and they still stand up for the earth, like Roseanne Barr and Randy and Evie Quaid, Penelope Cruz, and her husband, Susan Sarandon, Mark Ruffalo, Bob Redford, Willie Nelson. These guys are standing up for light. And invite them to come into the Enlightenment movement, to put their energies into it. They can go on national TV, on the news, the radio, any national media, and talk about enlightenment and what that means, as well as do some teaching so people know how to do the basic energy work. Ask them if they'll come and join and participate. This is the Enlightenment movement. It's going to take everybody on the planet to put it into, for it to happen, to really quantum leap beyond what we can imagine. So now, what are some things that you can actually do? Well, I put together some short mini meditations for world enlightenment for what I call those who have short attention spans. So you don't have a lot of time for a long prayer. So I wrote down some quickie meditations for you, and I asked people to read one or read them all. You can pick one to focus on for the day, short attention span, for a few minutes or longer. It does matter what you put your creative energies on. It's all about intent and effort. And all of these short meditations will help the planet quantum leap into the age of divine enlightenment. So I'm going to go through these really quick because there's a lot. And again, if you want to actually get a list of these, I'm going to eventually post them on Facebook, but I'll put it on my website, and it'll have, the whole Enlightenment strategy movement on there. So here we go. Short mini meditations for world enlightenment. So imagine all life forms reconnecting to the Creator to become spiritually awakened beings. Imagine all reptilians reconnecting to the Creator to become spiritually awakened beings. Imagine all militaries refusing to be deployed for any wars. Imagine all weapons of war malfunctioning. World enlightenment now. See all life forms quantum moving into enlightenment. Have a day that is filled with divine bliss. And just smile. Imagine the lights of heaven attaching to all life forms on the planet, raising all consciousness to the next higher level. See everyone being given their spiritual missions and awakening to them with joy, putting them into action. See more people awakening and organizing, speaking their truth and being protected at all times as they do this. See all jailed protesters having their cases dismissed and being set free. See all religions being brought down and replaced with divine compassion and love, with the religion of love. Imagine all spy equipment used against anyone breaking down now. See lots of magnets on their computers and backup systems. See all CIA and FBI and all who are spying on activists short circuit and become dyslexic. Please join me in quantum leaping the world into the golden age of enlightenment. See world enlightenment now. See all black magicians, magic crumble, becoming neutral. See police and all law enforcement agencies refusing to hurt nor harm any protesters. See all protesters, and they see all protesters as part of their family. See people awakening and seeing religion for what it is and leaving it. We are quantum leaping the world into the golden age of enlightenment. It's happening as we speak with every breath we breathe. See the protesters being sent all the abundance they need to do their missions. For those in law enforcement who keep choosing to harm, I ask your higher selves to put them in a position of harmlessness now. See all reptilian shapeshifters not able to hold their human form and exposing themselves all over the planet. Everyone is being given their spiritual missions and awakening to them with joy, putting them into action. Imagine the lights of heaven attaching to all life forms on the planet, raising all consciousness to the next higher level. Imagine all space junk magnetizing all satellites that are not being used for the benefit of humankind and knock them out of orbit. Send lots of healing and energy to all protesters all over the world. May they be divinely inspired to keep the movement going forward and give them all they need monetarily to do it. See all reptilian law enforcement being infected with a human virus that makes them human. Imagine everyone's reptilian brain shutting down now and the God brain activating now. See all Illuminati spies shorting out now. See all nuclear reactors being shut down and alternative energy sources are invented and shared. See a healing, calming energy descending down into all waters now. See all radiation turned into something beneficial for our planet. See the violet flame lifting off all life forms, all dark energy veils that are keeping everything from reconnecting to the Creator. Imagine everyone reconnecting to the Creator and becoming compassionate, loving beings. See Mother Earth dominating Monsanto. All right, so you get it, you get the idea. Short meditations, do one, do all. Now, if you are part of a union, well, gosh, write to your local union papers, the editorial papers about world enlightenment and how we need to come together in solidarity. They love that word, solidarity. Now, there's all kinds of metaphysical groups out there. And if you have metaphysical paper in your town, usually there are, and you find them at the health food stores. Many of these groups are adept at working with energy and just need to become more cohesive as a single unit. Again, the harp and cell tower frequencies need to be disruptive so people can awaken. And a lot of the metaphysical groups can direct their energies toward that, just like the indigenous tribes can. So there's metaphysical newspapers. So if you have one in your area, contact them and ask the papers to start talking about, again, stories about enlightenment and letting them know that this is happening. And we'll do a little blurb, announcement blurb, I guess it's asked. So we'll put together that you can, send out to these people to make it easy on what you need to have to say. stories about enlightenment, how we can achieve it, how we're coming together, and give everybody updates. Pull everybody together. We need everybody on this. And then you've got the spiritual organizations who have lots of people. You got the Satya Sai Baba organization, Amachi, Prem Baba. You got the Dalai Lama and all the other enlightenment groups that you can think of worldwide. Now, they're all major organizations. And it would be awesome. Can you imagine getting them to direct light out to certain areas to concentrate where darkness needs to be broken up and anchoring light to that area through their groups? So if you're part of these groups, let them know about the Enlightenment movement and ask them to start directing their prayers out to where the darkest spots on the planet and anchoring light and putting the energy of enlightenment out into the air. And, we talk about sending it to the darkest spots on the planet where evil reigns. Well, let's name a few. And, there are a whole lot, but let's just name a few of the top ones. So we'll start with Washington, D.C. And of course, that would branch out to all the world governments. You got the military installations. Anywhere there's war, the Palestine-Israel conflict, and Joseph Kony and his child soldiers in the Congo. And again, this is where the dark side gets an unlimited supply of children for ritual abuse. You tie and bind Joseph Kony's magic, these children will be set free. And you've given darkness a big hit. And by the way, I just happen to have a Joseph Kony prayer that I've written to help put him in a position of harmlessness. So if you feel compelled to work on Joseph Kony, write me and I'll send it to you. You want to work on Palestine, Israel? I got a few prayers on that one. Write me. It's not helpless. You can direct your energy very easy. So then we have the Vatican. And yes, I did write a prayer to cut the Vatican and the Pope from their satanic hold from on the earth. And I actually did it with Roseanne Barr. So it's out on YouTube. And the power prayer of quantum leaping the world into enlightenment is also on YouTube. So you can listen to that and give it energy. Okay, then you've got the Rothschilds, and we've explained who they are. So now, if you belong to a New Age church, like the Agape, talk to the pastors about how to start praying for enlightenment for others and how we're going to do it this year and start again. The more people talk about enlightenment, the more we're going to tip that scale and it's going to be created. The 100 monkey theory, and we're going to snowball. Do you know a librarian? Now, not only do these people know how to do awesome research, but man, they are great organizers unto themselves and they know people. So talk to them about the Enlightenment and what's going on, the Enlightenment movement, and ask them to share and invite other people in. So now you've got all the holistic groups out there that are awakened, all the alternative medicine organizations. You've got the Reiki groups, you've got people that grow herbal gardens, organic farmers, all these guys, holistic groups, everything in alternative medicine, the chiropractors, but the Reiki groups and the energy groups, let them know about the Enlightenment movement and ask them to start directing that energy toward enlightenment and toward helping others that are ready to tip into enlightenment have the energy to do so. Now, I mentioned the Siddhas. Now, this is a really cool group. The group is huge and understands what can happen when a group meditates around a big city. The crime goes down. And they have experimented with the concept around in New York City very successfully. So if you know any of the Siddhas, let them know what we're doing and ask them to start meditating on enlightenment for the planet. That's going to happen this year. And again, you got all the earth groups out there. The GMO people, the water groups, the homeless, the whales, the earth, the air, the Fukushima people. It's time. I'm sure if they want to do their job easier, if they put a little of intention into helping others, sending their energy out, helping others go into enlightenment, their job's going to be easier and they won't be struggling so much. We like to say that's a no-brainer, but man, that's a no-brainer. Like I said, when enlightenment happens, all that will fall into place. So now what dates are we going to shoot for in 2016? I'm communicating with a good astrologer, and I will keep you posted on dates. We may only do one. We may do more than one. Why not? The more we put the energy out and we come together in group, the easier it's going to be. We're snowballing now. So, okay, now how can we disrupt their satanic ritual work before, during, and after? Well, the answer is really simple. You amplify the energy of love. And you can also say this very short prayer. We ask Michael the Archangel to cut all ties between all satanic magicians and all the elementals and humans they are misusing. We now cleanse these elementals and humans up with the violet flame. Send them the angel light energy to heal. Now fill them up with divine love. See them reconnect to the Creator. As they reconnect to the Creator, we command them to be neutral, only emitting love, and for the humans to become divinely conscious. See all ties, binds, blood oaths, and bee swarm mentality being cut between these dark magicians, whether an individual or group, and anyone trying to create a new world order through dark satanic rituals. Let all the energies from any and all ceremonies automatically neutralize as we anchor the violet flame to their ritual sites, so the magicians will gain no strength or power. This will result in the collapse of all their projects and plans. So be it. Well, there are a lot of satanic ritual days that need to be disrupted with positive energy, and I'm going to read them really quick. January 1st, No Name Day. January 7th, Wine Ball Day. January 13th, Satanic New Year. January 17th, Feast of Saint Sulpice. February 1st, Olmec. February 1st, 2nd, Candlemas. February 25th, St. Walpurgis Day. March 1st, St. Ich-Adat. March 15th, the Ides of March. March 21st, 22nd, the Spring Equinox. March 25th, the beginning of Aries. March 19th relates to Fire God Baal, the sacrifice of children. April 20th, Hitler's birthday. April 21st to 26th, the preparation of sacrifice. April 21st to 29th, the preparation time for the sacrifice. April 26th, the grand climax. April 30th, Walpurgis night, Beltane. April 30th, solstice. May 1st, grand climax. May 1st, initiation night. May 1st, Maypole. May Day. Maypole is a phallic symbol dedicated to goddess of sexuality and fertility. June 20th, No Name Day. June 21st, Feast Day. June 21st, 22nd, Summer Solstice. June 23rd, St. John's Eve, Tammuz, Ascension from the Underworld. June 23rd, Nimrod's Day. July 1st, Demon Revels. July 18th through the 19th through the July 21st, meeting at Bohemian Grove. July 25th, no name. July 31st through August 1st, the Great Sabbath Festival. August 1st, Festival of First Fruits. August 3rd, Satanic Revels. August 21st, no name. August 31st, Hectares Day of Sacrifice. September 7th, Marriage to be Satan. September 19th, no name. September 20th, Midnight Host. September 21st, Autumn Equinox. September 21st, 22nd, Autumn Equinox. September 22nd, Equinox Feast Day. September 23rd, Fall Equinox. October 13th, Continuous High Holiday. October 29th, All Hallows Eve. October 31st, Halloween. November 1st, All Saints Day. November 4th, Satanic Revels. December 21st, no name. December 21st, 22nd, Winter Solstice or Yule. December 22nd, Solstice Feast Day. December 24th, The Demon Reveals. December 24th, Grand High Climax. December 25th, Christmas. Also, every new moon, the full moon, 6th day of the month, when Congress is not in session. Oscars and major award shows, Super Bowls, football halftime shows, the Indianapolis 500, movable ritual days, Easter weekend, Easter Sunday, Good Friday, U.S. Thanksgiving, Ash Wednesday, Ascension, Pentecost, Corpus Christi, first Sunday of Advent, periodic meetings, every second Saturday at 11 p.m., every Friday night, every third Thursday, all full moons. On the Satanist birthday, which is an actual satanic day. Okay. Whew. So so what can we do to help the world enlightenment move forward? Focus on the power prayer of the day. All the power prayers listed will be listed and posted right now on Facebook. Okay, be happy, amplify light, do random acts of kindness, talk about world and enlightenment and how you see it manifesting. Say a short prayer asking that all life forms reconnect to the Creator. See people in power reconnecting to Source and becoming awakened spiritual beings. See all children reconnecting to Source and beginning their divine missions and purposes and ways to fulfill them. Talk about what the world will be like when we are all in enlightenment. Call talk shows and discuss world enlightenment and what that will look like. Create sacred space in your home, place of work, and schools by anchoring light to the center of the building and allowing it to expand and fill the structure. Send energy to Mother Earth and see her dominate over Monsanto. Send energy to everything good and see everyone's divine missions moving forward in quantum leaps. Send energy every day to the darkest parts on the planet. Anchor light in the Pentagon and all military installation. Imagine lots of miracles happening everywhere. So join or create a group meditation prayer circle that directs that extra built up energy towards earth work. Bring golden solar energy down to cover all the pyramids and all sacred spots on the earth. See the pyramids, grid, ley lines, domes, obelisks, and all sacred spots on the planet, covered in a golden solar divine energy again, allowing us to be in sync with the heavens once more, and that golden solar energy goes all the way down to the grid, and see the grids in light. Now, this is a simple one. Take a minute every day and reconnect you to Source and your family to Source. All right, how do you do that? Take a minute, sit down, send a silver cord directly to Source, asking that you receive a high vibration energy that fills you up so nothing, no lower vibration can come into your body. Breathe in the light. Take a few gentle deep breaths, allowing more of this high frequency energy to integrate in a gentle, kind, loving way with all your cells, atoms, molecules going all the way down into your DNA. Ask Source to fill your house up with this vibration, raising the energies to a comfortable level for all living there. And this can be done anywhere at any time. Call down the energy from the Creator to descend around a person, place, or situation. See how fast that will shift, creating something much more powerful, positive. Okay, how can we help the Enlightenment movement go forward? Work with light. Could your family actually use more divine light in the house? I know at times my house will become very low energy and family fights will erupt. Negativity will fill the air, overwhelming the house and everyone inside. So what's happening is crap happens. Darkness is manifesting in the house, or somebody is sending frequencies that everyone's awakening to. And when I understand that, I've got to shift it. I call to the light of the divine to descend down around me to strengthen my aura so that I will no longer feel the negativity pull on my emotions. And I ask this light radiate around everyone in the house. And a lot of times I also extend this energy around all the animals and cars outside. I call forth the violet flame to expand from my heart center to fill every room of the house with the color violet inwardly, seeing everyone in the violet flame, cleansing and purifying the energy of the house. And I call God, Michael the Archangel, Jesus, Buddha, etc., the divine being of your choice, to remove any entity that is not in the light of God from any of my loved ones and release this entity into the light of God. I believe and have faith that God has answered my call and it is done. Then before I go to bed at night, I'll get more specific in what I actually pray for, for the family needs or attitude shifts, whatever. So how many of you are really unhappy with what's going on in your office or your workspace? Because there's someone working there with whom they don't get along. Well, when I find myself in that same situation, I get very quiet at night and I see this purple in a bubble of divine love. I also call to his or her higher self, or my higher self, and ask that they get together on the etheric plane and communicate. And communication be open between us, that whatever is blocking us from being friends be brought out into the open in a gentle, kind way, so that we can discuss the problems in a friendly manner. I also say, whoever sends me any dark energy of any kind is neutralized upon entering my aura, and I return love. Keep sending out the love. Love, love, love. When you send love, two things will happen. You'll either become friends with that person or they'll leave the room, the job, etc. They'll leave of their own choosing, because the energy of love will make them too uncomfortable to stay in that working environment. And a lot of times I'll also call to their higher self and say, look, and their angels, will you please send them an incredible job that will bring them much joy, that's better money, that will take them elsewhere, and that will make them very, very happy. And replace that with someone that will bring harmony with everybody. Create harmony. So, don't argue. I know this is a tough one, but try working with the energy of love. What goes around comes around. And when people argue, it's like energy ping pong, right? You're saying something in anger and it hits them and they get that anger and then they yell at you back and it has more energy and now it's just escalating, right? Well, instead of doing that, suppose you didn't react at all and instead you return the energy of love. Now, when you do that, that person doesn't have anything to feed from, and the negative energy actually begins to dissipate. And this is what's called transmuting energy, taking negative energy, neutralizing it with divine love and returning love. And you can practically apply this to anyone or any situation, and it's so truly amazing what the power of love can do if people would only use it. So now, are you guys getting the idea of how we can help the Enlightenment movement move forward? First off, stay reconnected to the light, to the Creator. Stay an awakened conscious being. Start talking about enlightenment, the enlightened movement that's happening, and how excited you are. And all the things people can do that we've talked about, which is very simple. You have to start putting out that light energy. We have to start pushing out more light than darkness is doing during their times. So next week, we'll talk about how we can actually remove some of that reptilian energy from your auric fields, how we can cleanse the house and cleanse, everyone in your house, how to short circuit a reptilian and, like I said, actually create that sacred space in your house. And again, we'll talk about how to actually sort out reptilians and discuss what is a reptilian, for God's sake. Okay. Now, once we get into enlightenment, the work isn't done. We will have a lot of cleanup work to do. And I know, and I've seen it enough on my own and experienced it enough, it's going to be done with magic, with energy, with love, people coming together and refocusing their creative energies and creating that change and cleaning up the water and the plant and the land. It's going to be awesome. And where do we go after we reach divine enlightenment? Well, gosh, Michael Tellinger put together Ubuntu contributionism. And it's how you get along without money and how it's a whole new social structure. And it's awesome. It's not, they say if it's not good for everyone, it's no good at all. And I like that. That's the principles of Ubuntu. So the Enlightenment movement is more than 2 hours. Sorry, guys. We'll talk more about it next week. And if you have any ideas or any thoughts, write me. Write me at my website or write me at my Facebook page under Cathy Bilsky or Catherine Marie Bilsky. Post some suggestions on how you think we can manifest enlightenment and how we can come together as a group, make suggestions on how you think we can contact radio and TV and how we can actually use the social media. And if there's anybody out there that can volunteer to help me set up a website for the Enlightenment movement, I would be so grateful. You know how spirit works? They want you to do something incredible, but they don't give you a budget. So that means everything's got to come from everyone's heart, which is what the Enlightenment movement is about, helping each other and putting energy. And, if you can actually put a website together and it's really easy, I've got it all together. I just have to give you the information and, it should be easy to put up. I'd even trade out some angel light for it. So focus on the light, keep your connection to the Creator. And every morning, imagine yourself reconnecting to the Creator. And ask that everything in your life is efficient and organized. And that it flows, and it will. You don't ask, you don't get. So let's manifest quantum leaping the world into enlightenment this year. Why not?
Why not indeed?
The longer we wait, the worse the Earth's going to get and the harder it's going to be. And I really believe that if we put our minds to it, we could do this in 3 to 6 months. I'm a Leo. I'm a fire girl. I know we can do it.
Well, I think you can do anything you set your mind to, Cathy.
Oh, I love that. And on that note, aloha, everybody. Have a beautiful week. And think enlightenment, world enlightenment.